What fantasy world would you like to live in?
Oh, interesting.
Fantasy world for me would have to be Lord of the Rings. Just
No.
Give it its name.
Think about
Give it its name.
Middle Earth.
No.
Yes, it is.
That's the continent.
Oh, right. Just the. What?
Do you not know it?
What, the world?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Middle Earth, wasn't it?
No, Middle Earth is the continent that they stay on. Well, not the actual continent, but it's the.
But what is actually the
name.
full world?
Mine would be Nern. And
What's
if you don't
actually
know
the
what
name of
Nern
the world
is,
then?
You're into.
I do know what Revolutions, man.
That's
the name of the world.
That's
No,
Elder
because
Scrolls.
Middle Earth is like it's meant to happen, meant to have happened in our own world.
That's
So
just a
it's just
theory.
like
It's just
It's
a
a theory.
theory. It's not.
It has actually.
There's
well, it's
more.
never actually been like
It's actually
completely
the world.
been told, but that is what I would.
But think about it.
Because we don't know the name of the world.
Would you actually want to live there? I'm talking about actually living there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly,
there's
if you
times
weren't,
where it's
You
in
do
it.
not want to live
if you weren't highborn, or you live in a
weren't
little
not
farm,
Yeah.
and
Greg, I'm passing
you
out
have
Thursday.
fear of orcs raiding your village all
Yeah,
the
but
time.
I like danger. So
You do not like danger.
Yes, I do.
I'm sorry, what was
Yes,
that
I
on
do.
holiday, Daniel?
No, not that kind of danger, because I don't
That's
want
the
danger.
least type of
I don't.
danger.
I don't look forward to something that's actually a way to happen to me, but I like the chance of something happening to me.
So like you'd be excited about someone coming to raid your town and rape your mom and kill everybody, but like when it actually happens,
Yeah, because then I would go
you
out
just
and,
like sit in the corner and cry, watch your mom be raped, and then like skull fucked to death.
no, because I wouldn't get fucked to death.
No, skull fucked to death.
Yeah, you're
You would tear your eye
you're
out
fairly
and skull
fucked,
fucked
right?
to death.
Okay.
No, I think I would like that kind of.
I live on
lifestyle.
Nern because Nern's such like a rich world. That's where Tamriel is.
Aye, but where would you like? What point in the history of Nern would you like to be there? Not when it was the Oblivion Crisis, no.
Not the Oblivion Crisis, probably after the events of Skyrim, because we don't know what's happening now.
Yeah, and it's just the thing. Nothing can pretty much go wrong with that. You know, if you got the Oblivion Crisis and dragons coming back, you're just like, yeah, I think it's gonna be quiet for a few years.
Yeah.
And then it just gets alluded to. There's gonna be another Great War.
What about the space between the Oblivion Crisis and Skyrim? Was there not like?
The Great War?
Oh right, well yeah, let's not go there then.
Or if I'm gonna, or anyway, like it's fantasy, but that fantasy technically includes sci-fi. So
We're literally talking
Yeah.
about anything.
the Star Wars universe
I don't want to
would
live
be
in the
amazing to live in because
Pokemon universe.
really.
Just when you hit a certain age, you get to go on
You
a
are such
journey.
you are such a child.
No, but that's not true. Because not everybody in the Pokemon universe has Pokemon.
No, but I would choose
Ask
to go
yourself
on
this
that
question,
journey.
you.
I bet
Where does their
actually-
meat come from?
But if you actually look at the population of the Pokemon world, it's only the privileged and
I would
just.
We're middle class. I would choose to go on that journey.
Neil, where does the
Yeah.
fish and the meat and like the lamb come
I
from?
don't care about that.
I wouldn't
like
even.
Pokemon.
I genuinely wouldn't even care about eating a Pokemon. Like if I was having a Taurus burger, that'd be the fucking. That'd be the
It would
bomb.
be
I
the
love
bomb.
that.
What world would you live in, Greg?
Oh, it's hard to tie down. You're saying like sci-fi and fantasy.
Witcher.
That's pretty violent, man. Have you read the
I
have
don't know, I just
have you
thought-
read the
I
novels?
literally just thought that's what you were gonna say.
Have you not seen The Witcher 3, the newest trailer that came out?
No.
Oh wait,
Well, I was looking for something like something from Mass.
why
That's
not?
what I was thinking.
What's the actual world called that Westeros is on?
Westeros. I don't think it has a name. It's just like the
That's what I
concept
thought you were
of
gonna
Westeros and Essos.
I would say that, but the thing about that world is see if you're not highborn, you basically
shit.
just have to be subject to all the games that the highborns play. Like,
Yeah.
if your farms aren't being pillaged, then you're going off to war to fight for something you're never even gonna benefit from.
Yeah, it's me.
I was like, oh my god, it's a hook on the window!
All these worlds, you gotta realize, are when you see them or play them in games or read about them in books, it's always from like a point of power. It's never gonna be just the average guy.
If I had to tie it down,
Could you class Elysium as a world, or is that just a place?
Sorry.
I thought we were asking Greg which world he'd like to live in.
sorry.
Elysium, you're talking about. Wait, hold on. Elysium, you're talking about living in that world. You're not getting to live in a certain location in that world, which means you could be down.
The majority of the people
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Earth, which looks awful in Elysium.
Yeah.
Greg.
I would actually have to say the Warhammer world.
Oh, actually, yes.
I know it'd be pretty violent, but you know, there's
It's
a lot of
badass.
opportunity, yeah.
Literally, you hit about 5 and they train you to be a soldier. You get sent to a planet where you're just gonna get ripped.
No, that's
in half
40k.
by, like,
That's
a-
40k, but in Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine you were born in Null and you live in this city that's just gunpowder everywhere.
I was hoping you'd be lucky enough, and you'd be like able to join one of the knightly orders.
Yeah.
And just go fight chaos and like orcs. And you're just like,
Well, I
this
would
is
hope to be
awesome.
an orc.
But also, if
No,
you're a
or-
peasant,
actually,
it's pretty shit.
Think about how simple your life would be as an orc
As an
in
orc.
the Warhammer Fantasy
Exactly.
or Warhammer 40k world.
Yeah.
You literally sit around on planets until a Wa is called.
Yeah.
And then you just go out and pillage world after world until the Empire or a Space Marine codex comes and tries to stop you.
Exactly.
That'd be pretty fun.
Being an orc would be pretty cool.
But I had to say, this is with a condition. I would like to be in the Dishonored universe only if I was one of the assassins of Dowd. Not necessarily I had all the powers. I just had enough, to blink around and do all the shit that Dowd can do.
So yeah, but that's a good topic.
Yeah.
It's the funniest dream you've had.
I don't know. I don't really remember dreams that much. I do remember I used to have this recurring dream as a kid, and it was really terrifying at the
So
time.
not a funny dream.
No, it was really
Well,
scary.
might be
It's
funny.
really
Not funny. Ha.
I know it's funny now because it's weird.
Yeah.
It used to be like I was in this room. It was dark. There's pillars everywhere, just pillars upon like everywhere, and you couldn't see. And it was
Literally
dark.
dozens.
Yeah, many pillars. But then I'd hear like a goat buying, and I'd just start running, and it would follow me.
That's pretty weird.
But now it's funny because it's weird.
I think I can't remember who I've told this one to before. I'm pretty sure I've told the majority. I haven't obviously told Ross. It happened a few years ago, and I remember it because I wrote it down because I had to remember it because it was so weird, and it involved I can't 100% remember, but we were going to school, and we ended up meeting Nappa from the Dragon Ball Z universe. I can't remember if I told anyone this, and we were looking for the Dragon Ball. And we went into some random corner shop on Union Street in the city we live in, and something happened. We needed to cross the sea to get to the Dragon Ball, so we went to Daniel's granny and granddad's house, which I never met your granny and granddad. So there was random people to get a boat, which was like a little
They
dinghy,
don't even live
which is
near the sea.
a little dinghy thing that we walked about, and then we tried to try and cross a mountain. And Daniel was moaning about it, and that's as far as I remember. But I just remember it being.
You probably woke up,
hilarious.
which is the most annoying thing ever when you're
So
on a
your,
good
your
dream.
subconscious is basically telling you we'll go traveling with Daniel.
Nappa.
And Nappa. It wasn't just Daniel, it was everyone.
Oh right.
It
Well,
wasn't just Daniel.
my weirdest
me and
one,
Nappa.
and it was quite terrifying for when I was a kid, but now I look at it, it was quite funny, just like Andrew said. And it was because when I was younger, I used to watch films, I'd watch them all the way to the end of the video, rewind it all the way back, and then watch it all the way to the end of the video all the time. And I did it with Titanic, I did it with
You watched
Star
Titanic,
Wars,
wind it back and then watch it.
Yeah, and the Phantom Menace as well. And I did that for about a week. I watched it about 7 times in a row. I'd get up every morning and watch it. And I thought it was quite scary seeing Darth Maul get chopped in half just because I was a kid. And it was not, the dream or nightmare was nothing to do with it. But all I saw was this pulsating thing beside me. I woke up, so I was in sort of kind of woke up, but I was still in the dream, and I saw this thing pulsating on my bed, and it had spiky bits, so it was like Darth Maul's head, and I went up to the light and turned it on, and it was still there, and I ran over and jumped on it, and there was nothing there. It just disappeared, and I woke up.
That's odd.
So
Really
it was the
weird.
weirdest dream, and I don't
Anyone
know.
else?
There's nothing to
I've got
explain.
nothing like that. I remember when I was a lot younger. This isn't even funny. I used to have a dream that I was in that fake city where all the Zords from Power Rangers used to fight in. And I just remember vividly seeing the Dragon Zord all the time. It's like Dragon Zord.
That'd be really funny. If you were one of the people that lived in the city,
And you're just like ah.
you're just no.
Be one of the people in this Power Rangers city, or what was it called? Angel
Talking about
Groves.
universes you'd
Angel
like
Gro-
to live in. The Power
Must have been
Rangers
the
universe.
worst. Your city would just be getting destroyed on a weekly basis, and
You could rebuild your business building. It's like a skyscraper.
finally
finished.
Next thing, a massive
Sword
pterodactyl
comes-
stands on it or some shit.
Or no, the Zord that picks up, rips it off, and uses the Zord. It's like no.
Come on.
We were insured the first time, but the insurance wasn't going
I'm
to cover it
pretty
again.
sure they're not going to do it again. Really again.
Yeah.
I would just move. That must be an empty city. It's just the Power Rangers that live there.
Yeah, just go around to Ernie's. That sounds shit.
They're terrorizing no one. The more monsters.
I never felt like.
for the Power Rangers.
Here's the thing for the Power Rangers. Rita and Lord Zed keep sending down monsters to Earth. Saying make my monster grow. Why didn't the Power Rangers just get in their Zords and go up to the moon and just end it?
Kick her ass. Yeah.
Or it's literally like we've got this tiny little guy and we're fighting him, and then he's gonna transform, and then we're gonna get a massive Zord. They could just go in with a Zord and just.
But what would they have to do if they killed everything? Power Rangers would just.
I don't understand.
Else to do.
Then
They'd
there
probably
would
turn
be
to
no-
alcohol and
then there
drugs.
would-
I don't
crash
understand
and they
what
don't
the
kill
purpose of
There
the
would
Power
be no
Rangers
need
is
for
in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know where they got their powers or.
Well, Zordon's a
Zordon
wizard.
is them too.
He's a space wizard. That's
The
the
Space
story.
Wizard and Zed and Rita,
Like evil source.
evil
space sorcerers.
sorcerers. They wanted to take over the planet.
Well,
So they were sending down monsters to take over the planet one at a time, because that's the smart way of doing an invasion. And the only way to stop them was to get in. Is it 6 multiracial?
weirdly represented.
Teenagers.
Who weirdly represented the colours they wore. That was weird when you think about it.
Yeah, we need
a Chinese person
we
to
need
wear
a
the
team.
yellow
Well, basically,
suit.
this is what Zordons were wearing.
We need a team.
To be honest, Zordon's not actually at fault. He asked Alpha to go recruit a team of teenagers from Attitude, and Alpha just assumed, oh, okay, you need a black guy.
We're gonna-
Racial.
Racial.
Whole equality in the worst place.
Yeah.
We're gonna need
An Asian.
original in Indian. What are they called? The
Native
the
American.
Native
Because
American.
Tommy actually is partly.
We need a Native American.
He was the Green Ranger originally,
Yeah.
so
He would
We need a
be
nerd. We need a nerd in this group, so we're gonna make him blue. It's just like stereotypical nerd. The girl, pink. She's gonna have to be pink. But we've got 2 girls. The other one's Chinese. Just make her yellow. That's not racist at all.
I thought it was. I always loved Power Rangers as a kid, though.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I was actually since
I had all the toys. You have the
It's
toy
like-
that you can flick the switch in his head.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just between the
yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
I used to have the Zord toys, and then I used to always put them together. But then when you put it together, it's like, now what?
The fun ones were like the dragonflies.
Oh, the Dragonfly
Yeah, where you
toys.
went like that and they flew. That was cool.
The
Yeah,
TV
did you
show was
launch them
awesome.
into each other and then they collided
Yeah.
in the air? Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I used to do that because my sister used to
I used to
have
do
the
it in like
girl
hitting
one.
my
The-
face
the-
just because that was me.
Ballerina.
It's like fades.
I was like, ah!
Yeah, my sister had like a video VHS tape of that, and the first episode is basically the more you dance, the more your powers will become stronger. And I was just like
The
thinking,
more you dance,
yeah, I was like, really, wow. If that's all it is. That's how powers are rated in that world. Wow.
Dragonflies. You want to have fun in them at your face.
Yeah, that's what I did. That was cool.
Clark we were standing in the stalker today, and he caught what are they called? The daddy
Daddy
long
long
legs.
legs, yeah.
And he caught one, and it was just like it had its tail, and it was just like chilling there while he was holding it, and then he just went up to my face and went, bah! It was all like up in my face. I was like, ah.
That's funny.
So you're saying it's like Clark Gandalf.
Yeah.
I always thought Gandalf must have like
Come to
really
me.
nimble fingers to catch
Yeah.
fucking moths.
It was
all
like
the
that.
time.
He just he made like a cage with
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah, like that. See?
why out there?
Or
No, because it doesn't fly out there.
Daniel, as a massive fan of Lord of the Rings, do you know what the biggest weakness to the
I'm a
Eagles
massive fan of
is?
Lord of the Rings.
No, but Daniel, what's the biggest weakness?
Biggest
to the Eagles?
weakness for them.
Bird feed.
God.
No,
Large amounts of
Probably
bird
like
feed.
bird flu or something
no,
like that.
it's farmers. They are scared of farmers.
Oh, wait, is
well,
that not
armors
in
with
the book?
bows and arrows.
Pitchfork.
Yeah, that's in the book.
Yeah, that is in the book.
They're terrified of farmers.
Why
It's
is
like
that?
the-
Because
Why do all the orcs just dress as like farmers? Just like get straw hats on and like.
Or why don't the orcs actually become farmers and give up on this life of pillaging? Just actually
Because
become
there's
something?
nothing. What can you farm in Mordor? I mean, volcanic land's actually really fertile, but that's if there's mud there. Because the whole
Yeah.
of Mordor is just ash.
Well, you
that's
maybe
why, like, you see at the bottom
As-
of a volcano, you
they
always see,
should
like, greenery
they
and
should
stuff.
unionize. There's enough of them. They could just go up to Sauron and say, "Hey, listen, we're not exactly happy with the working conditions. Can you maybe like turn off the volcano?"
I mean, can he actually do anything when his
Sauron.
Can he like shoot out a laser beam?
Here's a question for you: Ring of Power. What power? To
Yeah,
make
exactly.
you invisible.
And to make
I don't
you
understand what the actual power
and
of
to
the ring
actually
is.
make you
You're
feel
not real
really,
normal.
really
It
heavy and shit.
doesn't make you like it makes
Like, because it doesn't give Sauron the power to when he swings his mace, they go flying. He does that himself because he's a really powerful sorcerer.
Isn't it bound to him?
Oh,
So
no, I know
he's the only one that gets
I always
the power.
thought it was to do with something.
They're bound to the other. It's bound to the other ring,
bound
so
to
he
the-
can corrupt them or something.
But I always thought it was like the power
It's
to go
really a
invisible.
power.
The power to go invisible, I always thought was Frodo's own power that the ring bestowed upon him, because the other
he did
people
the
that
same
have worn
to
the
Bilbo.
ring
Yeah, they
didn't
didn't.
wear. But no, but the Hobbit's lifestyle, and they're out on an adventure, and they're not like big people. If they were in trouble,
Isildur
ring
used
would-
it as well, though. He put it on.
Did he
and
go invisible?
He escaped
Mm-hmm.
for a little bit, but then he got shot. Invisible shot. And they're just like, I'm invisible. Bitch.
Yeah.
They never made Sauron invisible. Ridiculous.
No, I know. That's,
So Lord of the Rings is bullshit.
no, it's great, but I mean,
Whoa, Neil, back up a little bit, you know.
I'm just saying, like, you should be more specific when you say Ring of Power, because then I just think,
The ring of corruptibility.
but that's not a useful power. If you're going to take over the world, a ring that requires somebody else to wear it to corrupt them.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the idea, Andrew. Why don't you just write J.R.R. Tolkien a letter and ask him?
Well,
No,
J.R.R.
wait, you can't. He's dead. Moving on from that. So that's all the topics.
It's all the topics.
Are we done for this one then?
Are we done or anything else you want to speak about? I don't know.
I think we should try and round it up.
Well, we've spoke about general shit mostly, and
The general shit, like, we jumped around a lot.
it would be awesome if
Yeah.
we could do this again and people could keep submitting topics for us to speak about.
It would be good. And do it on a weekly basis.
Yeah, because it's fun to record these things, and
So I'll take this to get uploaded to your Twitter accounts then.
We'll put it on YouTube and
if anyone wants to speak extensively about the Sith Jedi debate, I would be happy to do that for a whole podcast.
Yeah.
so this has been
Andrew.
Andrew Sim.
No, I'm not going to say my last name because
It's
you know
already been
what?
said.
Hey, it's been Andrew, Neil,
Greg?
Daniel.
Ras.
and it's been good for you watching us on. I'm just doing the mouth so that later we can add in the dub of what we're actually going to call it. I just went at the camera.
Thanks for listening to our podcast, which is called